Let's talk about how to complete forms within Dotloop. All right, we have our forms that we wish to use. Let's hide the archived ones. Normally, what we would like to do is fill out a number of forms all at once. So we'll do the electronic consent, transfer, listing contract, condition report, the addendum S. Let's just fill out all of them. We won't do the amendment because we're not sure if we need to do an amendment or not. So we click these, we hit open, and what will happen now is all of these forms will open up, but also more importantly, we'll have an opportunity to autofill these documents. What that means is it'll take all the information that we put in from the view details section where we put in the details of the transaction, and we'll be able to autofill them in the appropriate spot within these documents that we have. So the very first document we have, let me point this out. Over here you can see we have 3 rows assigned and 33 fields have been autofilled. So that gives you an idea as to how much work was done with that. As we scroll down, we notice that we have empty text boxes here. For the electronic consent, I don't recommend filling in something for a specific property. You certainly could if you wish, but I don't recommend doing that. For the contact information, the broker name is Keller Williams, Fox Cities. Agent name, go ahead and put your name in here. Address, put in the office address. And go ahead and put in the email address or your email address. This is where you're going to have your client fill in their name and their email address so as to complete the electronic consent. As we scroll down, you notice that the address of the property is filled in for the property here. You have a text box where you'll be able to type in the person's name. Here you notice you have a date box. If you notice the text box with a calendar to the right, you just click on the calendar, click on the date, and the date will automatically fill in. Now you notice with the number of documents that you'll be using that you'll have the ability to be able to assign a signature here. You put the cursor over the first signature spot, you select Assign Field, you come up here, and you select the person who you'd like to sign there. So I'd like Sally to sign there. Come down to this next text box, hit Assign Field, and I want Sam to sign here. Now you notice you have 2 sellers, but 4 spots where a person can fill it out. What I recommend you do is when you have extra signature spots, you assign it to no one. That way, when Dotloop sends this over to your client, they won't ask them to sign it 2, 3, 4 times. Scroll down to the next document. Here you notice with the listing contract, a lot of the information has been filled in already. One thing that I'm not able to have them fill in is the type of municipality. If it's a city, town, or village, you will need to fill that in. One thing here when it comes to this section where you notice we have a number of lines together like this. I'm just typing gibberish because I'm not going to sit here and make you watch me type this. But those of you old enough to remember, think about this as a typewriter, not as a word processor. So in other words, when you get to the end of the line, you have to hit Tab to go down and continue typing. You can hit Tab again and type as you need to. If you need to go back and fix something, you can go up to the line that you're at, cursor back, backspace, and fill in whatever you need to do. That happens any place where you have a number of text fields that are together like that. Here with the list of what's not included, again, you'll have to do it the same way. These are not tied together. All right. As you go through the rest of this document, just remember that this series is not a series on how to fill out a contract. It's the important things to know about filling out a contract. Here, to check a box, you just put your cursor there and click on it. Uncheck it, just click on it again. Go through here. You notice that there was another date or calendar box there. Here you notice a number of things have been filled in already. One of the things that I would like to remind you, let's say for example that when I put in details, I spelled Sally wrong. Or let's say that they want their son Joe to be able to sign this. You can edit any box that's been pre-filled by either deleting it and putting in what you want to, or if you just want to add on to it, you're also able to do that too. Same thing with the email addresses. With any text box that's automatically filled in, you are able to go in and edit it. Now, it won't change what it says in the details, but you're able to go ahead and edit it. Here we can go ahead and talk about, again, how to assign signatures. So here, I'm going to assign Sam to sign here, because you notice his name was filled in here already. For this one, I'm going to assign Sally. So Sally will be able to sign here. Now with the listing contract, you realize that you do have to sign this yourself. So you can come over here, you can hit sign now, select the, if you wish to edit this, you can, as to how you want your name to appear. This is how your initials would look. You can edit that up here. You can hit adopt and sign, and you notice that your signature is dropped in, and it is also date and time stamped. This is set up for you to be able to send this to your seller, so as to allow them to be able to fill out the condition report. Once they receive this, they will be able to put in this information here. They'll be able to check. Remember, this is not anything you do, but your seller would be able to get this and fill this in as they need to. So that was just some basics on how to fill out and to complete the documents using Dotloop.